So Matt
If you
Reed
want to
here.
start talking, you can start talking.
All right. So Matt Reed here from Painted Digital, and I'm talking with Ryan Moser, aka Mayan Roser, and we're talking about Waze, the iPhone app. What it is it's a free GPS application that you can use, um, and it's your screen is off right now. So Ryan's
I
gonna
know.
show you what it
I'm
looks like
turning
when
it
it
on.
starts up. Um, we've both been using it because of the gaming aspect more than because of the GPS. The way it works is you drive around, and if you're on a street that no Wazer has been on, you get points. So Ryan drives around a lot daily, so he's been getting a ton of points. And I had the app a little bit before him, so I had a few more points. But they just recently changed their point system, and then they changed it again today. So we're both kind of at a loss as to the point system. Um, so like Ryan's down to
Yeah.
2,488. What were you what were you before that?
I, I was at 25,000 points and I was in place number 145.
And then
So, yeah.
before you dropped down to 200 or to 25,000, didn't you have over 100,000?
Yeah, before I dropped down that, yeah, I had like 120 something thousand. But I had a feeling that that was just some kind of mess up because I'd go to sleep and I'd wake up and I wouldn't even drive any that day and the next day I'd have like 12,000 more points. It didn't make
Right.
sense.
Yeah, I would have the
um,
same thing.
and I got an email from Waze about that they were having a major point issue, so they redid it all. Um, but then today we just got an update that said that they redid the point system again, and I know
Right.
for sure that I did not have less than 3,000 points.
Right.
So yeah, so this is the point system, and then this is let me see if I can show you some area that has points that I haven't hit yet.
Oh, there's a couple,
I've
I
pretty much
think.
hit my entire neighborhood.
Those dots aren't they places you haven't been? The little ones
They
confuse
said,
me.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah. Those are places I haven't been.
basically on the map, what you're seeing, if you can kind of pull your screen back a little bit, Ryan, um, is all these roads that have dots on them are roads that haven't been covered by any Wazer, not Ryan or I or any of them. And so if you're the first person to get there, you get basically points for covering that road. And by doing that, Waze sort of builds up their mapping system. And I'm not sure exactly how it all works. I'm not sure why they need us to cover a road because I've actually used the GPS program for directions, and they haven't they've gotten me where I've been going, but I knew a faster way, so I went the faster way. And I think the way Waze works is it learns as you go, and somehow gets better at
It'll learn a
mapping.
better yeah. It'll learn a better route.
Uh, So have you used it a
Yeah.
lot, Ryan, driving around for work?
I have not used it for as far as trying to figure out where I want to go. I've used it for collecting points.
Mm.
To try to be number one. Yeah.
Of course. So let's, for
But
the
I
sake
have
of
paved a few roads.
being concise on YouTube, let's give like your two favorite things about it and two things that you want to see changed, and maybe get that iPhone out of my face.
Sorry, sir. Um, my two favorite things about Waze are I like the fact that it's a free application that offers GPS, and it's also a game that is pretty sweet. So for free, you can't beat it. I mean, you can't beat a free app that's actually good. That you don't delete the same night you downloaded it. My second thing that I like, what else do I like about this? I don't know. I mean, you can access your iTunes through it. That's pretty cool. Another thing that, well, actually, another thing that I like, it has traffic report updates.
Yeah.
It's kind of limited where I live because there aren't many people using this application. I've been trying to push it more around the area. Um, but it's cool because you can talk about like if there's a wreck at a certain spot, you can mark it and say there's a wreck, or if there's like a speed trap or something like that.
Right.
Those are two things that I like.
Yeah. I've been seeing more and more about like the traffic updates and stuff. I think more and more relevancy because I live in a slightly bigger city than Ryan, but neither of us live in a really big city. Uh, but I think probably my favorite thing about it is just the competitive nature of it. Getting Ryan involved and getting a friend of ours on Twitter at Andrew Roy Carter involved. We've just sort of the three of us have been competing together, and it's been a lot of fun. It just sort of makes driving more exciting, I think. Um, but
It does. It
unfortunately,
does.
one of the downfalls, in my opinion, is that after you cover that road that one time, the only place you get points are uh, these little. Right now they have snowflakes and they have candy canes that if you happen to drive over them, you get points. But for me, I've covered
What?
like what I was gonna say. I've
I've never
I've
even
covered.
seen those things.
Oh really? Yeah, I've gotten a couple. Um, but on like my commute to work, I've covered that route. So just in my daily driving, I don't gain any extra points. So it doesn't really, Waze doesn't offer me anything to open it up and use it daily other than the traffic reports. But, as Ryan said, without a lot of traffic reports, they're not overly beneficial, but they're cool. Um, so that's my favorite thing, and I guess the other favorite thing is just like as Ryan said, the free GPS function is just really cool. It does do mapping, um, and probably my favorite little feature within the app, like Ryan said, was the music control. Um, when you're playing um, your iTunes playlist, you have a little music icon, and I'd like to see it up there all the time. That's probably one of my requests, one of my feature requests is right now, if you look at his screen, there's no music icon, but you can go into your music player, which is basically iTunes. It's kind of a funky
No,
looking.
no, you didn't see that.
If you can't read that, it says Hanson. um, so anyway, like if you hit play, um, you get your uh, basically a um, music icon up on your main GPS screen, which is nice because you can pop into that while you're driving really easily without having to leave the app. Which is, I think, a good feature. I think it could be implemented better. It's kind of ugly. Uh, but anything you want to see, Ryan, see him add.
Um, I would like to see the point system as far as what is displayed when you're gaining points. Like I said, or well, it won't be on here, but I was saying after you hit 10,000 or 9,999, it instead of doing 10,000 all spelt out, it just puts in 10K. So anything after that you really don't see, which I don't know. It's kind of nice to see, like, oh, I'm almost close to 12,000, or oh, I'm almost close to 100,000. It's nice to have a little bit more of a visual. But I would like to see that updated. I can see how it kind of would be hard to be precise with that.
Right.
Another thing would be, and actually, I noticed a little bit of a change since the most recent update was it works a little bit. Waze works a little bit better around turns. A lot of times I'd be driving straight, and it wouldn't have me turn. It show me on the map just going straight into the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere, and
Yeah.
I'd miss all those points around the curve.
Yeah. Me
And
too.
after the update, I've hit a lot of spots that I hit before that I didn't get the curve that I got the curve. So I think that may have been fixed in the update. So
Oh,
that was a good
nice.
thing. That was another good thing I liked. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
Waze free app, and it's amazing. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Social
free.
media app. You can now with the new update, you can ping a Wazer. So if you see somebody around you, you can send a message to them. I don't think it works if you're actually driving. I think you have to be stopped. But it's a cool app. You
Oh,
should check it
come
out. It's
on!
free. What?
You mean I can't text message and drive?